These items are viewed as garbage and are casually tossed into the nearest garbage can. But I want you to think of these items differently. According to Keep America Beautiful, recycling just one glass bottle saves enough energy to light a 100-watt light bulb for 4 hours, to power your computer for 30 minutes, and to run your television for 20 minutes. We all watch television, use computers, and rely on electricity. So why shouldn't we do our part to ensure that our energy sources and the natural resources that power them are well protected? Recycling used goods keeps our landfills manageable and protects natural resources, and in the long term will save the earth. I want each and every one of you to make a promise to start recycling all recyclable goods starting today. It's easy to do and makes an impact on the quality of life for everyone. I will discuss 3 important topics: the details on how we became a recycling family, statistical facts about recycling and the consequences to the earth and natural resources if we don't band together and recycle. My wife Karen is the editor of Ocala Style magazine. Several years ago, she did a story on why doesn't Ocala really recycle. At the time, several nearby cities, including Lady Lake and Gainesville, had already implemented curbside recycling. Ocala hadn't. Karen and I visited the landfill and saw the problems firsthand they were having with the excess of garbage. So much, in fact, that Ocala's garbage was being shipped to Georgia to be disposed of. We realized that as a family, we were contributing to that problem, despite the fact that large community recycling bins were less than a mile from our house. As we talked to the manager of the facility and learned of all the items that could be recycled, we couldn't help but notice that the bulk of the mounds and mounds of garbage was composed of those very items. That evening, we purchased bins and began to recycle. In April of 2012, the city of Ocala jumped on board with curbside recycling, offering the service to residents within the city of limits free of charge. According to the website ocalaflorida.org, the first year of curbside recycling in Ocala was declared a success after 3,762 tons of materials were recycled. The curbside recycling resulted in nearly a 400% increase in the tons that were recycled. In the midst of beginning to recycle, we learned to examine our items and look for the recycling codes. We felt like we're making a difference, and we feel like we're teaching our children environmental responsibility. Now that you understand why we as a family began to recycle, let's talk about the differences we are making by doing so. So why go through the hassle of recycling? Well, if you guys want to take one of these fact sheets, each one of these from dosomething.org has a different fact about the amount of trash that we waste. According to an article in National Geographic magazine, an international study published by the British group Waste and Resource Action Program, researchers compared more than 180 municipal waste management systems. Recycling proved better for the environment than burying or burning waste in 83% of those cases. Now those are some impressive statistics. Of course, it makes sense to reuse products to reduce consumption as a whole, but given the growing mountains of waste throughout the United States and around the world, it also makes sense to recycling these items. Waste Pro Ocala, a company that runs Ocala's own curbside recycling program, say that on average, an American drink one beverage from a 100% recyclable can each day. Unfortunately, just less than half of those cans are recycled. A recycled can is cleansed and sanitized, the aluminum melted down, and can be returned to your grocery store shelves in less than 2 months. Another startling statistic, in 2010, Americans throw away enough paper to cover 26,700 football fields in paper measuring 3 feet deep. Let's think about the earth we're leaving for our future generations if we don't start recycling today. I have just one request: to think of your garbage differently and to trash your trash can in favor of recycling bin. I want each and every one of you to make a promise to start recycling recyclable goods today. 87% of Americans have access to curbside or drop-off recycling programs. According to American Plastic Council, Much of the plastic in our landfills consists of plastic bottles and plastic bags, similar to the ones that we bring home from the grocery store. Unrecycled plastic bags causes the deaths of hundreds of thousands of animals, including sea turtles, whales, cows, and more who mistake them for food. Recycling creates jobs in a struggling economy. People are needed to collect, sort, process, compost, and prepare the recycling goods. Habitats are being destroyed through toxic chemicals leaching to the ground and emitted into the air, not to mention the trees that are cut down to create new goods. Also, according to the South Coast Energy Challenge, our natural resources, like oil and water, are being used at alarming rates. I want to close today by leaving you with a few important points. Ocala provides its residents with single-stream recycling right from your homes. Simply put, there is no sorting and no trucking recyclables to recycling centers or landfills. It couldn't be more simple. If we don't recycle our natural resources, we will continue to be depleted. If we don't recycle, we are setting a bad example for our children. And one last thing, those handouts that I passed out to you guys, please don't forget to recycle them. Thank you.